Now, we often get sick in body, and there are several types of sickness, but what I'm going to mention today is fever, cold, temperature, very regular and ordinary sickness that we often have. In these cases, we will use an article like I caught a cold, in which my nose is running. I caught a cold. I have a fever. It is not that I have fever. I have a fever. I have a mild temperature, or she has a strong temperature. It means she has a fever. So in case of cold, fever, temperature, we will use an article before that. In case of having a meal, we normally don't use an article like I'm going to have breakfast, I had lunch, I'll have brunch, I'll have dinner, I'll have evening snacks. Now, remember, mark that these words like dinner, lunch, the meal times, dinner, lunch, evening snacks, breakfast, they are not taking any article at all. But when we specify a particular meal, specify it, then we can use a or an. Like, remember we had a lunch at the Starks. We are going to have a dinner tonight with our friends. We will have a dinner with our friends. This is, we are going to have a dinner, not any normal dinner, with our friends together, which is why this dinner will be preceded by a. Again, fortunately, I had a lunch with the Prime Minister. I had a lunch with the Prime Minister. So it is definitely, you can see that it's not any normal day lunch or not a regular lunch. I had a lunch with the Prime Minister. So it is a very specific lunch. And we had a dinner at Chow Man. So it is not any dinner I'm talking about. I'm specifying a particular dinner at a particular restaurant. So it is on Chow Man, which is why I am putting a before the dinner. We had a nice breakfast in the hotel. So it is not any breakfast I'm talking about. It is one particular breakfast that we had in the hotel, which is why I'm going to specify this particular breakfast with the word a. We had an evening snacks at the Tiffany's. So again, it is no regular evening snacks I'm talking about. I am specifying a particular snacks time at the Tiffany's. It means it's the name of a restaurant. Now let's talk about animals. When we talk about an animal and we are specifying, we are talking about its quality, maybe its agility, its fierceness. It means we are trying to define its quality, and that animal is in its singular form, not plural form. We will use a or an. Let me give you an example. An eagle can be a great predator bird or a bird of prey. An eagle can be a great bird of prey, or an eagle is a great bird of prey, which it actually is. So an eagle should be in its singular form, not plural form. In case of plural forms, the rules are different. We'll go to that later. A tiger can be very dangerous when wounded. A tiger can be very dangerous when wounded. A tiger. A falcon is a very fast bird. A falcon is a very fast bird. A gazelle can sometimes outrun a cheetah. A gazelle can sometimes outrun a cheetah. A rabbit is a very cute animal. A Tibetan Mastiff can be a fierce guard dog. A German Shepherd is a very nice watchdog. So, can you see these examples that before every singular form of the particular animal, I am putting an article which is a or an, again depending on the word, like an eagle, a falcon. When we are talking about someone's way of expression, a quality, we will not use an article unless this happens, like he came to me with modesty. Modesty. Let's focus on this word modesty. He came to me with modesty. Now, before modesty, there is no article. But when this word modesty is modified by an adjective or a word that modifies a noun, we will use an article, like he came to me with an utter modesty. He came to me with an utter modesty. Utter is the word that is modifying the word modesty, and an is the word that is preceding this utter. Again, they worked with diligence. They worked with diligence. Diligence is the word that we are going to focus on. Now, they worked with diligence. Diligence does not take any article, but they worked with extreme diligence. Then we will use with an extreme diligence. They worked with an extreme diligence. So can you see the difference? Let's go to another example, like she solved the problem with intelligence. She solved the problem with intelligence. Intelligence is the word here. There is no article before intelligence, but she solved the problem with peerless intelligence. Peerless means that is not comparable, not parallel, unparalleled. That's called peerless. She solved the problem with a peerless intelligence. So when intelligence is modified peerless, then peerless will definitely take an article before this. It's a common mistake it's common mistake that anyone can make. They say that she solved the problem with peerless intelligence. In spoken English, it's alright, it's ignorable. But in case of written English, we'll have to be very much detailed with the articles, and in this case, peerless will be preceded by an article which is a peerless intelligence. Last example of this part is like a word, audacity. The bully posed with audacity. The bully posed with audacity. Here, audacity does not take any article at all. But if I say that the bully posed with extreme audacity, immeasurable audacity, in this case, immeasurable or extreme will take an article right before it, and in this case, it will be an. The bully posed or charged with an extreme audacity.